is for
America, explain! Explain! What do you mean in Arkansas?
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and in this video, we are looking at some of the things that we learned from the Lions versus Cardinals game, okay? So let's get right into it. Now that we're into the video, look, I didn't do tons of things on here. I have like 3 things that we learned from the game. And 1, there's going to be a lot more than 3 things that we learned from the game. But 2, what that allows you guys to do is go in the comments to give me things that you guys learned from the game. So I just kind of put together some of my thoughts. You guys give me your thoughts. And boom, we'll have tons of things that we learned from the game. Okay, unless you're trolling and you're being like, saying random stuff, don't even make sense. Don't do that. Leave me stuff that actually makes sense. I mean, I guess if you don't want to, that's fine, but you know how it is. Anyways, coming in at number 3, we have Taylor Decker needs to be better, okay? And I think this one was kind of obvious throughout the entire game. Taylor Decker needs to step it up. This Lions offense, I like it. I like what Darrell Bevell has going here. I like the movement. We see a lot of movement. Spread, then the I formation, just a mix of plays is great. I love it. I love the situation that he's giving Matthew Stafford. He seems to be a lot comfortable. But he's not going to be very comfortable if Taylor Decker can't block. And Taylor Decker has to be a lot better, and he's going to be very, very important for our team this season. A lot of teams have really good edge rushers, including the Chargers, who are coming up with Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram. Those 2 guys are going to be a problem. If you think Chandler Jones was a problem, Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram are going to be a problem. Then you're going to play teams like the Bears, who have guys like Khalil Mack that will blitz a lot of the time. So a lot of teams have good edge rushers. And for the short Lions, a lot of those guys are going to be going against Taylor Decker, especially if we're seeing week 1. So for Taylor Decker, he needs to step it up. Taylor Decker has to be better this season, okay? He has to be better in week number 2 if we're going to get a win. I think this is a good offense. I think this is a solid offensive line if he plays better. He played awful in week 1, but I do have confidence that this veteran can turn it around, help out this team, get us back on the winning side of things. I think really for the offensive standpoint, if it isn't for holding and giving up sacks, I mean, there was multiple situations where we gave up sacks in wrong timed situations, okay? Penalties are obviously always a problem. But, I mean, you can remember my best example, I think, is when we had an interception. In the very next play, we had a stripped fumble. Now, you could blame that on Stafford. Either way, though, it came off the side of Taylor Decker because they were able to get into the backfield. So, whatever it may take. I mean, I'd honestly rather you hold than give up that because that turns the ball over. Anyways, Taylor Decker, you got to be better, but I do believe that you will be better for week number 2 versus the Chargers. That comes in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have Stafford and TJ Hockenson is going to be a problem. Okay, very simple. Now, Stafford to Jesse James is good. All that stuff is good. But Stafford to TJ, it's going to be a problem, okay? I've always said this before. Stafford's never had a tight end like TJ. Not a guy that he can rely on. Not a guy as talented as TJ Hockenson. If you want to say Ebron, you're crazy. He wasn't. TJ Hockenson is outstanding. He broke records in his first game. This guy can block and he can catch. He was huge versus the Cardinals, caught a lot of big routes. And for Matthew Stafford, he absolutely loved it. You could tell that this was a guy that he wanted to get the ball to, okay? He was able to evade the pressure and just throw it to TJ and go and make plays. I think he did have one drop early in the game, but he bounced back. There was no thought about it. TJ Hockenson was great in week number 1 versus the Cardinals. And Stafford to TJ is going to be something that Matthew Stafford's never been a part of, but it's something that Lions really haven't seen. As fans, we really haven't seen a great tight end Matthew Stafford can consistently go to. This guy has a chance to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, and I'm not kidding. I think he would be the first tight end to ever win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think he would be. And this whole duo is going to be great, okay? TJ Hockenson had 6 receptions for 131 yards and a touchdown. And my favorite one was when Stafford rolled out when he pointed over to the spot. You know, this is something that he would do with wide receivers or Kelvin or Marvin Jones or Kenny Galladay. But no, he's doing this with the rookie tight end named TJ Hockenson. He's relying on this guy. He's trusting in him to go to his spot. That way he can just flip it out there and TJ can make the play. Stafford at his best. That's TJ at his best. And that's exactly what we need to see. Those 2 guys are going to be a matchup nightmare for defenses, linebackers, safeties, whatever it may be. I can't wait to see that throughout the season. That comes in at number 2. Now, finally, coming in at number 1 is that we are talented, but Jamal Agnew has to be better. And, yeah, look, I kind of just called out Jamal Agnew there by himself. Overall, we have to be better. We have to make better decisions. A lot of guys have to step up and play better. But I think Jamal Agnew, just to get him into this list, he needs to play a lot better. Jamal Agnew, honestly, is not in a great situation right now with that kick and punt return situation. He could easily not be starting next week. He had 5 punt returns for negative 2 yards. He had a muffed punt, and his kickoffs, he only averaged 18 yards per kickoff, or 16 yards per kickoff. I take that back, 16 yards per kickoff. Three kickoff returns for 48 yards. That ain't going to get it done, my guy. You were great when you were healthy. We need to see that again, okay? And the first thing is, you have to secure the ball. We were up 17-0 when they punted us the ball, and he fumbled, and that gave the Cardinals field goal. Granted, our defense stepped up, held him to a field goal. But if we have the ball going to the half, up 17-0 with about a minute to go, we could have literally made that a 24-0 game. And then the huge comeback probably wouldn't have happened because we could have literally put it over in the first half where there was no chance. You guys remember back to the Packers game like last year when we got up huge at home on them? Could have been very similar. So for Jamal Agnew, you got to be better, man. man. I don't want to see you lose your spot. I'm confident in you. But look, you got to be better, and it starts off with ball security. We've seen him fumble a few times in the offseason. They talked about it. He's got to be better handling the ball. And then, you know what? Don't try to do too much sometimes. I think some of those punt returns he tried to do too much just to show what he was worth or what his value was. Don't do that, man. Just play your game. The big plays will come. We all believe in you, Jamal Agnew. Go do your thing. So those are my 3 things that we learned from the game. But I think there's a lot more things that you could put down in the comments below. So that's where I'm leaving it open to you guys. Let me know in the comments below things that we learned from the Lions versus Cardinals game and that we can really apply to week 2 versus the Chargers. Anyways, I appreciate y'all for stopping in for another video. Make sure you go check out my other video where I talked about a man that we're bringing in for a workout. Very big news there. Thank you, Prof, for watching, and I'm out.